Hi there guys, I'm Nikhil from GreedyTech, and in this video, I'll be showing you the most important tips and tricks for your Oppo Reno 3 Pro. By the way guys, I'll also be making a dedicated video for the best features where I'll be covering all the best features of this phone. So definitely check out that video, link will be in the description. Now with that said, first I want to start off with the navigation gestures. Now to do that, go to settings, then select convenience tools, then select navigation buttons and then swipe gestures from both sides. Now before we get started, make sure you enable this particular toggle, switch to previous application. Now to go home, swipe from the bottom of the screen. For recent apps, swipe and hold. These are your recent applications. Now to go back a step, you can swipe from the left side or right side corner and it takes you back a step. For Google Assistant, you can swipe from the bottom right corner or left corner to trigger Google Assistant. Next, to switch between the current application and previous application, you can swipe from the sides and hold, and it instantly switches to the previous application. You can do it from the left side or right side. So it's that simple. Besides that, you can also do this gesture to instantly switch between applications. So even this gesture doesn't work that well and it's pretty confusing. So gestures are great, but for some reason they are not working all that well on this phone. It might be a software issue and might be fixed with a future update. Next, I'm going to show you all the cool camera related features. So this is your camera interface and you have 4 toggles over here. By default, it opens up the primary 64 megapixel camera. But every time you take a picture, it takes a compressed image. If you want to get a 64 megapixel picture, you need to enable the 64MP mode from here. Now when you take a picture, you get a 64 megapixel picture, which is pretty huge. To turn off the mode, once again click on this mode. Now besides that, we also have the dazzle mode, which makes colors look pretty saturated. And you can switch between cameras using the toggle over here. This is a wide angle camera. Next we have the primary 64 megapixel camera, followed by the telephoto lens with 2x optical zoom, and finally 5x digital zoom. In video recording, we have cool features like ultra steady mode. You can enable it from there. And this one also has ultra steady pro mode and you can enable it from here. Right now this feature is not working all that well. Footage quality is pretty bad. So I would suggest you to stick with ultra steady mode. Besides that, we can also enable background blur effect while recording video. And you can change the amount of background blur intensity using this slider. So that's a brand new feature on this phone. Next we have a dedicated night mode and we can use night mode with all the 3 cameras. That's the wide angle camera, primary camera and even with the telephoto lens. Besides that, we can also use the night mode for taking selfies. So even in low lighting conditions, you can get great selfies using this mode. Finally, we have the portrait mode for the rear camera and portrait selfies. And even in this mode, we can change the amount of background blur effect we want before taking a picture using this slider. So those are some important camera related features that you should definitely check out. Besides that, I've recently found a new interesting feature. To take a screenshot, you can simply touch the screen with 3 fingers and swipe down and you get a cropped screenshot. So it's not a great feature, but it's pretty convenient. Let me show you again. Just touch the screen with 3 fingers and swipe down and you get a cropped screenshot. You can resize it and rearrange it as well. Once you're done, click save. Next, I want to show you how to change the fingerprint animation. This phone has an in-display fingerprint scanner and this is the default animation. So if you want to change the animation, this is what you can do. Go to settings, then select fingerprint, face and password. Now select fingerprint, enter your password, and once you're done, you get the option to change animation style from here. These are the different animations that we have. Let's just try this. And once you have selected something, just lock your phone and you can have a quick preview. So that's the animation. Next, this one also comes with a dedicated dark mode and you can enable it from settings. Once you enable this toggle, dark mode will be enabled. All the UI elements change in color. This is the toggles area and this is your app drawer and these are your stock applications. As you have seen, even stock applications have changed their theme. Usually most phones do that, but this phone also enables dark mode for third-party applications. Next, this phone also has a unique feature called screen of clock and you can enable it from the display settings. And here we go, screen of clock. And once you enable this toggle, every time you lock your phone, you see your time, date, battery percentage information on the screen. And every time it changes the position so it won't drain battery and doesn't cause any screen burning issues. And you can also schedule it to automatically turn on and turn off at a specific time. Next, let's remove some bloatware. Now these are some of the applications that come pre-installed. You might not need most of these applications, so if that's the case, uninstall them as soon as possible. Next, I'm going to show you how you can disable lock screen magazine. First, here's a quick preview of the lock screen, and every time you lock your phone or every time you come to the lock screen, we see a different wallpaper. Some people like it, some people don't, especially I personally don't like it. So if you're like me and if you want to disable it, this is how you can disable it from settings. And now, here's the lock screen once again, and no matter how many times you come to the lock screen, we will have a fixed wallpaper. Next, I'm going to show you some camera gestures. First, we have touch. Once you enable this feature, we can take a picture by just touching the preview screen. It works for both the rear camera and even for selfies. Next, we have the palm gesture, which only works for the front camera, and it's great for taking selfies. Just enable it and then show your palm to the front camera, and your phone will take a picture in just 2 seconds. And here's a quick preview of that once again. Next, I'm going to show you how to trigger Google Assistant with the power button. Just enable this toggle and now press and hold the power button to trigger Google Assistant. If you press and hold the power button longer, we will see the power options. If you are using navigation gestures, this is pretty useful. Next, we have some important screen off gestures. We have things like double tap to wake, we can also draw a note to open the camera application. Next, we can draw a V to turn on the flash. We also have more like music controls and custom shortcuts, but most of the time I just draw V to turn on the flash, and to turn it off we can press the power button. Next, we have a pretty cool shortcut to start or open split screen mode. This feature is enabled by default. Just make sure this particular toggle is enabled, and if it is enabled, you can just swipe up using 3 fingers to open the current application in a split screen mode. Now this is an Oppo phone, it's not like other phones, so some of the applications will not support this feature. With that said, most of the applications, especially third-party applications, do support split screen mode. Next, I'm going to show you how to record calls automatically on your phone. For that, go to settings just by clicking that button, and now select call recording, and make sure you enable this particular toggle. And once it is enabled, all the calls will be recorded automatically on your phone. Now this feature is available in India but might not be available in other countries. So if you can't find this feature on your phone, try using a third-party application. Next, I'm going to show you digital well-being. Now this is a feature from Google and you can find it in settings. This feature analyzes your phone's usage and gives you a complete report. It shows you how many times you've unlocked your phone, how many notifications you've got, how much time you're using your phone, and which apps you're using the most. So with all this information, you can know your usage and you can also limit your usage using this feature, which is a pretty cool thing. So let's say if you don't want to watch videos on YouTube for more than 1 hour in a day, we can put up such restrictions using this feature. Next, we have wind down. This is another feature from Google, which will help you sleep faster at night. Using this feature, we can schedule our phone to turn on grayscale mode and do not disturb mode automatically at a specific time. This is something I would definitely recommend you to try. Next, I'm going to show you how you can change your default apps, whether you want to change your default launcher, default browser, or anything. For that, we need to first go to settings. Once you're in settings, select app management, then select default apps. Now from this page, you can change your default launcher, default SMS application, browser, and so on. I would definitely recommend you to change your default browser to Google Chrome. Next, I'm going to show you how to display the battery percentage on the status bar. For that, go to settings, then select notification and status bar, and then enable this toggle. Once you do that, we can see the battery percentage on the status bar. In the same way, if you want to see the network usage on the status bar, enable this toggle. Next, I'm going to show you how to display the RAM information on the recent apps page. For that, go to settings, then select additional settings, and now enable this toggle. Once you do that, we can see the RAM or memory information in the recent apps page. Next, I'm going to show you how to take a screenshot. Now there's an easy way to do that. You just have to press the volume down and power button both at the same time, and your phone will take a screenshot. Just like that. It works everywhere and you just have to press these two buttons at once and it really works. Now for some reason, if that's a bit hard for you, we also have the 3-finger screenshot gesture. Just go to settings and just enable this toggle. And once you do that, you can swipe down using 3 fingers to take a screenshot. Here's a quick preview. Once again, it also works everywhere. Just swipe down using 3 fingers and you'll get a screenshot. Next, I'm going to show you how to take a long screenshot. For that, first we need to take a regular screenshot. We can either use the buttons or the gesture, and once you take a screenshot, click long screenshot. Now we'll see a quick preview. You just need to scroll through the page, and once you're done, click done. And then we will get a long screenshot. Next, I'm going to show you how to record the screen on your phone. For that, first go to the toggles. We have a dedicated toggle called Start Screen Recording. Just bring it up. And now we can start video recording just by using this toggle. Just click it and screen recording should start in 3 seconds. If your phone asks for any permissions, just grant them all. Next, I'm going to show you how to stop applications from automatically restarting in the background. For that, you need to first open Phone Manager. You can find it on the home screen or in your app drawer. Once you open it up, select Privacy Permissions, then select Startup Manager. Now from this page, we can start or stop applications from automatically restarting in the background. Personally, I'll enable this toggle for apps like Truecaller, WhatsApp or Instagram and disable it for everything else. So guys, these are the most important tips and tricks for your phone. If I missed out on anything important, do let me know by commenting below this video and definitely check out my video on best features. Link will be in the description. Now with that said, if you're planning to buy this phone, please use the link in the description. It always helps the channel. If you want us to make any specific video, tweet out to us with the hashtag AskGreedyTech on Twitter and we will try to make it as soon as possible. I'm Nikhil from GreedyTech signing off. Have a nice day.